Happy Pride Month, Sugar Baby. Chef Daddy James here with Chicago Sugar Daddy. And we've got a fun rainbow cake design for y'all to help celebrate Pride. So let's get in the kitchen, have some fun, and let Chef Daddy James teach you how to be a sugar daddy. So we're doing our rainbow cake, which is our 6 layers of our vanilla cake, colored the colors of a rainbow with a classic vanilla buttercream. So for this cake, we're gonna do a fun design. We're gonna be doing a 2D comic themed rainbow cake. This is one of our popular cakes during Pride Month, but also not during Pride Month. We can get busy with rainbow cakes. They're great for birthday parties, especially kids. And then we have another one on our menu that's a rainbow cake, but we call it the Boys Town. And that one is just a little bit different. Still 6 layers of rainbow cake, but instead of doing a vanilla frosting in the middle, we do a mocha flavored frosting. By using the mocha in the middle between the layers, it adds more flavor depth to the overall cake. The thing with 6 layered cakes for the rainbow is they get very tall. So for this design, like I said, we're gonna do a fun 2D comic design to the cake. We're going to cover the cake with our crumb coat, and then we're going to do fondant on the outside, but we're going to do it in the form of a rainbow, and then we're going to go around it and outline everything in black to give it that comic kind of vibe. For building and frosting extra tall cakes, I always find using either cold cakes from the refrigerator are best because it helps to start setting the buttercream, but that's in general for most cakes. Typically, I will actually freeze them for an hour or 2 before I build the cake because the colder, it just helps set it a lot quicker. And you'll less likely get the cake wobbling while you're building, as you can kind of see. During Pride Month here at the bakery, we actually do a lot of fun stuff. Fun rainbow pride decorated cheesecakes and cupcakes and heart cookies with the rainbow and gold. So it's a really fun time of year for us. And basically just celebrating who we are. We're actually like a block away from where the Pride Parade in Chicago takes place on Halsted. We're open on Pride, celebrating with lots of fun, colorful desserts and drinks. All right, now that we've got our crumb coat, we're gonna place this bad boy in the freezer, let it set up a little bit, and while we do that, we're gonna get our fondant ready. Getting some cornstarch on the table, we're gonna get our colors kneaded together. We're gonna start with yellow. Since I'm kneading these all at once, and I'm going to be working with them all at once too, I'm just gonna keep them covered so that they're ready to go and they don't dry out on me. Okay, my favorite thing about Pride is how it's just about including everyone and being diverse and just everybody coming together to celebrate who they are with people who love you and love themselves and just celebrating to enjoy life. We are not gonna put the black back with the colors because we don't want it to bleed. Well, now we're gonna do some white fondant. Should have done that first. So now that we've got all of our fondant pieces ready, what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our cake. Okay, now we've got our cake out. It's been in the freezer for about an hour to give it a nice cold solid base. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and measure it. So the reason why I'm measuring to see how tall it is, 6.5 inches, is because I want the colors of the rainbow to be equally distributed along the cake. So knowing that it's about 6.5 inches tall, I'll make each piece just about 1 inch thick. Now that we've got our log, we're just gonna flatten it out a little bit. And we're gonna measure it and see where we're at. Make it a little bit wider. And we'll line it up. Measure our inch. We're gonna do them 1 inch thick. take our fondant, we're gonna roll it up. The reason why we're rolling it up is because then it'll make it easier for us to apply it to the cake. Cut away the excess, line them up, pull out all the excess. And now we'll move on to the blue. Same concept, we're just gonna make our log. We're gonna repeat what we just did with the purple. Get it nice along the edge, at an inch. We're gonna line it up to where the seam is all the same in the back. Cut it. We're going to repeat that process for all the remaining 4 little colors. The reason why I'm doing this style of cake is that sometimes, well, not sometimes, a lot of times, even though you can be a cake decorator, unless you have full range of the cake that you're working on, a lot of times people who are looking and wanting a cake already have the idea of what they want their cake to look like. So I don't want to say like it restricts you, but it can limit how often you get to do different techniques and styles of cakes. So the reason why I wanted to do this is because I wanted my turn of having a chance to do a 2D comic cake. And I figured what better month to do it than Pride Month. We're so busy at Chicago Sugar Daddy during Pride Month with me and my partner Ryan. And it's not just a bakery at the end of the day, or a place where you get your wedding cake or your birthday cake. It's also, we take pride in having the shop feel like home and community and inclusivity and just loving the person that comes through the door. You know, you want to take pride in knowing that we look at our customers and, you know that there's a place for them to come and just feel good and comfortable and safe to come to. All right, now we're gonna do our fondant drip, everybody. Our cornstarch. Now we're just gonna roll it out. You're just gonna see how it looks. Perfect. Around the edge. Just do random curves. But what we're gonna do is, before we've completely secured it down, we're gonna do our white in between the layers to make it look like icing. We're just gonna take our edible glue. We're just gonna go right in between the colors. I'm actually gonna go ahead and just cut this down just a little bit more so you can see some more of the red, because you can't see a lot of the red right now. We're gonna go ahead and glue this down, and then we're gonna go ahead and start doing the rest of the cake. Now we're gonna add some decoration for the top. Little rosettes. Just gonna place them on the cake. I'm just gonna put glue on each one of these guys. I'm just kind of mimicking doing the concept of rosettes out of buttercream, but we're doing it out of fondant. Because we're gonna put a color. Each one will have a different color cherry on top. By doing it like this and then putting the cherries, it'll make it look like it's pulled straight out of a comic book. Now we're gonna do our black outline. For that, we're using fondant. We're gonna use this fun little handy-dandy tool. So that way, while we're doing this, the fondant will all be the same size. It's a fun little cool tool. It's got interchangeable little plates that you can put at the one end, and then you just take your fondant and just put it down into the tube, and then you just twist. Alright. Now all we're going to do, we'll start at the top. We're going to fill up our rosettes first. Part of the appeal of the comic or 2D kind of look is outlining all of the lines in black. It can be a little tedious, but the end result will look amazing. So I'm just outlining one side of it and kind of making sure I place them all in the same kind of direction as each other, so that way when you're looking at it from one point of view, whoops, I missed the watermark, I mean the glue mark. That way when you're looking at it from one direction, it gives you that 2D vibe. The 2D cakes are kind of like a optical illusion. It's giving it 2D appearance, but in a 3D world. Just gonna put a little bit of accent pieces on the cherries to give it that 2D vibe. Making it a little bit more pointy. Start from the back, so like the seam of the whole cake is all in the back. Repeat the step. We're gonna do it at the bottom. And I'm gonna be doing it in pieces to kind of give it more of that comic kind of drawn look to the cake. Now we're going to start doing our icing between the layers. If you're enjoying this cake and you want one for yourself for your own pride party, or even just for your birthday or just cuz, just go to ChicagoSugarDaddy.com and place your order. Cut some pieces for little stems. Adding little round bits of fondant to make it look like the bubbles in the cake. Since it's almost like a naked looking cake. And just to give it a little bit of texture and dimension as well at the same time. Alright, so now we're going to do our little bit of steaming. The steaming just helps to get rid of the cornstarch that's on any of the fondant, but it also helps to bring vibrance to the fondant itself and give it more color. And here is my finished 2D comic pride cake, everybody. So let's get into this and get a slice of pride. Look at those layers. I hope you enjoyed this rainbow-filled episode. Thanks for watching and happy Pride, y'all.